Have you ever noticed men who, despite not having extraordinary looks or wealth, drive women wild? What's their secret? The truth is, there are qualities in men that women instinctively value more than looks and money. In this video, we'll explore 7 essential qualities that every man can develop to become irresistible to women. Some of these female preferences aren't immediately obvious, while others are often misunderstood by men. Watch till the end to fully grasp these concepts and become someone who women are deeply attracted to. The first quality is self-confidence, even bordering on boldness. This is crucial for attracting women. We can debate endlessly about how cocky and self-confident guys can sometimes be annoying or off-putting, but history shows that strong character traits and confidence attract women because they counterbalance their own insecurities. However, it's more complex than it seems. You might have misunderstood what it means to be a confident man. In today's world, every woman knows why you approach her and ask her out. The deciding factor is how confidently you navigate the stages of seduction to win her over. How you get to know a woman, respond to her rejections, and how quickly you muster the courage to kiss her on a date. All reflect your determination to achieve your goals and take what you want in life. Any woman desires a strong man by her side, regardless of what she says. Your approach to seduction shows your strength. If you go on dates and never make a move, waiting for her to take the lead, she'll think you're the type who only looks at the cake but never eats it. That's not appealing. Self-confident men know what they want and aren't afraid to say so. Directness is valued by women and lays the groundwork for a trusting relationship. So, start applying this principle in your life. If you want something, go for it. Success might not come instantly, but the key is to step out of your comfort zone and learn to go for it. If you like a girl, don't wait for her to approach you or for someone else to introduce you. Take the initiative yourself. If you want to sleep with her, don't spend 15 dates trying to win her over. Remember, the main disadvantage of waiting too long is that she might lose interest or find someone quicker. A woman decides if she likes a guy or not in the first 5 minutes of interaction. She just needs time to trust you and get to know you better. But remember, there's a fine line between self-confidence and rudeness. Self-confidence should be polite and respectful. The second quality is authenticity. Self-confidence includes both accepting your strengths and acknowledging your weaknesses. No one is perfect. People with high self-esteem accept their flaws, while those with low self-esteem worry about them. They're overly concerned with how others perceive them, constantly worrying about your peculiarities and wondering what others think of you will destroy your self-esteem. For instance, you might be worried about being skinny, short, or balding, but the real issue isn't your appearance, it's how you present yourself. If you don't love yourself, women will sense it. Girls can easily read how much a guy accepts himself. All the shortcomings I've mentioned can be offset by charisma, humor, stylish clothes, etc. Do all successful men look perfect? Of course not. Some think Cristiano Ronaldo is too glamorous, while others say Jason Statham looks rugged. Many successful men have major flaws, but women fall in love with their strengths. When you accept yourself, with all your strengths and weaknesses, and focus on developing your strengths, you'll be loved. It's impossible to be liked by everyone, and it's not necessary. The most important thing is to love yourself, which makes you attractive to others. This doesn't mean you should be complacent about your flaws. Work on them, but for your own sake, not to please others. Authenticity applies to both appearance and behavior. Don't try to copy someone else's image. Have your own opinions and don't imitate anyone. If you play a role, the girl won't like you. She'll like the image you create. This won't lead to anything good, because when she gets to know the real you, she'll lose interest. Girls are hard to deceive. They quickly sense insincerity. I know guys who try to pretend to be alpha males, But even if it looks natural, a girl won't be able to relax around such a guy. Acting requires effort, and if you communicate easily and naturally, even with your imperfections, she'll feel more at ease. You'll also feel more energized on dates instead of exhausted. So develop your natural behavior and focus on relaxing, not trying to please the girl. Women are drawn to men who show their uniqueness and don't play roles to impress. Another attractive masculine quality is treating women like children in a sense. How does a child behave? They say strange things and make mischief. How does a father respond? He allows some foolish behavior but sets limits and always has the final word. The same principle applies when dealing with women. Remember how often you've looked up to a woman, especially when you liked her? You try to prove yourself to her, earn her respect and win her over, expending a lot of energy in the process. As a result, she looks down on you and chooses another guy who is indifferent to her. This behavior is easy to explain. Every woman says she wants a protector. Can a man who chases after a woman be considered strong? He might be physically strong, wealthy, or powerful, but if he idolizes her, she sees him as mentally weak. Such a man doesn't ignite sexual desire in a woman. That's why you shouldn't chase after women or be too accommodating. This doesn't mean you shouldn't care for or respect women, but women immediately sense weakness and take advantage of it without much respect. A strong man always looks at the bigger picture and avoids situations where he's uncomfortable. He doesn't waste energy trying to prove anything to anyone. This strength attracts women. Every woman wants to feel weak sometimes, even those who seem arrogant. For her to feel weak with you, you need to be strong. If a man acts like a prince on a white horse, trying to fulfill every woman's desire, he wonders why she bosses him around. It's simple. He's established himself that way. Remember, a woman's behavior towards you is a reaction to your behavior. If she's gentle and nice, she respects you or needs something from you. If she treats you poorly, it's because she doesn't respect you and you're positioning yourself that way. Men must have principles they won't break. When these principles are violated, a woman stops seeing you as worthwhile. If a man only wants loyalty and care, he risks becoming a convenient guy who doesn't hold women's attention. Girls' behavior is largely instinctual. If you follow your principles, a woman will feel weak with you, sense your strength, and be subconsciously drawn to you. You don't need to be overly dominant, but never humiliate yourself or allow manipulation. Healthy egoism is another crucial quality. You don't have to do anything special for a girl until she does something for you. This is important because most women will see your gifts and extra attention as weakness. There's nothing wrong with saying no and avoiding situations that don't benefit you. This is the foundation of a strong man. Here's a real story from a former colleague. A few years ago, his company moved to a new office. He quickly claimed a desk he liked. A pretty girl asked if she could sit there. He replied, "You wanted to, and I did." She pouted and left. Another girl, who was sitting nearby, smiled at him. Which girl do you think he went on a date with later? The one who pouted and left took the initiative to meet him later. Healthy selfishness opposes the nice guy syndrome. A girl sees that this guy isn't ready to lay everything at her feet, making him stand out. Egoism is a part of charisma, making your male image more interesting and mysterious. It's good when a girl has unanswered questions about you. This challenges her to figure you out. If you hear the phrase, "my attention must be won," it means she wants to benefit and will decide later if you'll benefit. In business terms, it's like paying for a product, but the seller thinking about whether to deliver it. You shouldn't make advances when you're unsure if your investment will pay off. Generosity is important to women, but letting a girl take advantage of you shows low self-esteem. It doesn't mean being stingy, but being pragmatic. Value your resources and don't let people use you. A decent girl understands this and respects a guy who values his resources. Avoid so-called princesses who play the win me over game. Learn to refuse girls, especially if their requests are manipulative. Don't feel guilty or apologize unnecessarily, as frequent apologies signal insecurity. Flexibility is another key trait. The ability to be tough and principled when needed adds charisma and mystery, attracting women. I looked up what women say about attractive male qualities, and the top traits were kindness, honesty, intelligence, and attentiveness. But who has succeeded in seducing women with just kindness and decency? This shows that women often say one thing and want something different. The weaker sex is drawn to the unpredictable bad boy image. Keep girls in the dark about your intentions, but don't go too far. Women are most interested in men who can be both good and bad depending on the situation. They want a range of emotions from one person. A guy who can switch between being tough and selfish and being soft and romantic will be in high demand. Confident speech is a hallmark of strong men. The ability to clearly communicate your thoughts and feelings and listen attentively is highly valued by women. If you can make a good joke, it greatly enhances your magnetism. A sense of humor is a key quality that makes a man attractive, regardless of his appearance. Not all guys are as handsome as Chris Hemsworth or Henry Cavill, but all women love a good joke, even if they claim otherwise. A guy who can make a girl laugh has more chances than a guy who looks like a supermodel. Women subconsciously link a man's sense of humor with his intelligence. A quick and appropriate joke, showing an ability to think outside the box, is very appealing to women. Conversely, bad jokes can kill her interest. Learn to differentiate between humorous and offensive remarks. It's easy to remember a few jokes and try them out on different girls, seeing which ones get a positive reaction. Humor also helps you act naturally, without fear of appearing ridiculous. This ability to find humor in yourself and others is crucial. Remember, women feel comfortable around natural men who aren't afraid to show themselves in different ways. If you try too hard to impress a girl, even with good intentions, she'll sense the deception and not trust you. A guy who can laugh at himself and doesn't take life too seriously is attractive to women. Communication should feel easy and natural, not a performance. Lastly, an essential quality is a general interest in life and women. Those who follow their interests, hobbies or sports are much more attractive to women than guys who live just to hang out with girls. A guy with an interesting life, full of adventures, friends, and new experiences is always appealing. Conversely, a guy who lacks hobbies and interests is perceived as uninteresting and boring. Take a moment to reflect. How many hobbies do you have? How often do you travel or learn something new? A person with a rich life naturally attracts people, including women. If you have nothing to do besides seeking female attention, you'll come across as dependent and needy. Diversify your life, develop interests, and meet new people. This makes you more interesting to women and gives you topics to discuss. A girl should feel that you have a rich inner world, and she can become a part of your exciting life rather than being your only focus. A guy who doesn't place women on a pedestal and has his own interests becomes more desirable. Women are complex creatures who don't always know what they want, but instinctively, they look for strength in men. This strength isn't about physical power or wealth, but about mental fortitude, self-confidence, authenticity, and a rich inner world. Develop these qualities, and you'll become the kind of man women are irresistibly drawn to. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos on relationships, psychology, and human behavior. See you in the next video.